Hey everybody, Tom Winfesti with NC Planning. Back at you again with our NC Planning's Daily Counsel. Again, we started these updates last week just as a way to help provide knowledge about the changing circumstances, changing situation. And we'll continue to do so through this week, even though this is settling into a little bit of a new chaotic norm for a lot of people. We still know there's a lot of things that come out on a daily basis. So if it's helpful, we'll be here to provide that insight. Today, just want to turn it over to Lauren. Lauren, I think you're going to give a quick update about some of the new maybe orders that came out to North Carolina, presidential guidelines. What do you have for us on that front?
Yeah, good morning, everyone, or I suppose good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this video. But appreciate you taking the time. As many of you are aware, President Trump extended our deadline, his recommendations until April 30th on social distancing recommendations for everyone. Governor Cooper also came forward for North Carolina and said statewide is now a stay-at-home order. As many of you are aware, last week it was issued for Wake County, where a lot of our clients are located. But now it is statewide, stay-at-home, starting today at 5 p.m., and that will be through April 30th. So that is, again, an extended timeline there. With the knowledge that essential services, what we discussed last week of going to the grocery store, going to the gas station, things like visiting family members and taking care of them if they are sick, that is technically allowed. So, of course, practicing as much social distancing as possible, but you're allowed to still go to the park. For example, my husband and I went out and played some disc golf yesterday while keeping 6 feet of distance with everyone. So yeah, those in Wake County, it is still a lot of the same, but that is now statewide, where a lot of the outlier counties, rural counties, are now under those orders as well. So we'll be talking a little bit about this week with just keeping in touch with loved ones, important communications you need to be having with loved ones that you are no longer able to visit with if it's just a social thing. So kind of going into some of those items of how to stay connected during these times.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Lauren. And again, kind of the adjusting to the new norm of what daily life looks like for you, your loved ones, the businesses under either essential or non-essential. So I appreciate it, and we'll hopefully have more to share. Mike, I know the big thing last week that we talked about a lot was the CARE Act, and we had some good news, I think, on Friday. What can you share with us on that?
Sure. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Lauren. The update on the CARE Act, last week, I believe we touched on it on Thursday and then probably again on Friday, that late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, the Senate put forth the CARE Act and approved it. The House approved it on Friday, and then President Trump pretty quickly signed it into law Friday afternoon. So the CARE Act is here. The good news for business owner is relief has come, right? This is really, I think, the two large areas for business folks and workers to be aware of. Number one, there's an economic stimulus component to the law, to the bill, that makes available certain 7A SBA funding loans to business owners. This is going to be, we're told, start to roll out this week with availability from applications through your local SBA lenders, your local loan providers. Typically an SBA loan, the authority sits up top with the federal government, and you apply through the SBA website or whatnot, and then the underwriting happens by the Fed. That's all been delegated down to local authority now. These are 100% backed federal loans available for the business owner, but you apply for it at your local lender level, and then they have full authority to underwrite and approve, still being 100% guaranteed by the federal government. Things that you can use that loan for and seek some forgiveness are payroll, rent, and business utilities for that 8-week period. So basically we're looking at about business costs for May and June with that covered period ending June 30, 2020. The other component to the CARE Act that is pretty, I would say, a hot button issue or a hot button question we're fielding from a lot of business owner clients is the expansion of unemployment benefits under the CARE Act. It's going to broaden who can apply for unemployment, beyond, typical employees to now include sole proprietors, independent contractors in those circumstances where applicable, as well as enhance or broaden the actual unemployment benefits themselves with some additional money coming in to level out the unemployment check to equate to more what the employee was earning prior to COVID-19, with some federal stimulus to support those unemployment benefits. So we know business owners have questions. It's a little bit of a round-the-clock, 7-day-a-week job right now. We're fielding calls. We're scheduling consults. We're here to help as desired. The team at NC Planning, fully operational, though working remotely, but we can certainly get you in for a call as needed.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. And I think the key part there is a lot of the benefits under the CARE Act, especially for business owners. It's not a question of, if you should be considering this, it's when you should be submitting your application. So I know Mike and the team across the board is really working with business owners to package that, get ready, get in line, essentially to have everything submitted with the right lenders and go through that. Thank you guys for those updates. Real quick, just to a little bit, make sure everybody's aware and, give kudos to Mike and Lauren. When all of this started to come out over the last several days, couple weeks, we really sat down and tried to figure out a way to help. One of it was these daily counsel videos to put resource knowledge out as we knew to help individuals and business owners. The other is Lauren and the estate planning team really last week or the week before started offering free healthcare powers of attorney, HIPAA authorizations. If you haven't taken advantage, if that's a concern of if you or a loved one have to go to the doctor, hospital, or anything else, we've got a link we'll include that you can get that done at no cost. It's our way of helping, so we'll include that. Mike and the business team essentially are also starting to roll out, kind of started to do it last week, will be more this week, as he noted, really across the board, helping clients qualify for CARE Act benefits or just other questions that you may have. So free consults, whether you're a client or somebody that may need this, feel free to forward the link to them. We can schedule a time to talk. We accommodate based on scheduling. It's really not any kind of set weekly schedule at this point. It's kind of around the clock. So feel free. We'll include those in the video links, in the email. And Lauren and Mike, thanks to you and the team for really doing that, coming up with those ways to hopefully help in a time of need. If there's nothing else, we'll kind of go ahead and close it today with that. Again, we're here to help. We're a phone call or email away. If there's any questions, let us know. And tomorrow we'll come back with some more hopeful practical tips and any changes and updates that we have to share. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, Lauren and Mike. Greatly appreciate it.